Today is the long-awaited release of the apology letter. If you don't know what that is, about a month ago, we as an organization did a one-day conference for betrayed spouses called the Hope Rising Conference. I'll tell you, it was probably one of the most successful, if not the most successful in-person gathering we've done outside of our EMS weekends that we do once a month. I had the pleasure and true honor of reading this apology letter to over 200 betrayed spouses that were in attendance, and we had several other people online watching. It was a fantastic moment. It's important that you understand I did not write this letter, I simply added to it. A fellow survivor of infidelity by the name of Lori wrote most of this letter. I ad-libbed some things as well as added to it and put my own kind of personal touch on it. I'll tell you, it was an emotional moment for every single one of us, including myself. You'll kind of see that and hear that in the video. If you're an unfaithful today, there's some wonderful verbiage within the content of this apology letter that I would suggest that you kind of mull over and see how you could repackage it as your own as you begin to work towards restoration and reconnection with your spouse or your partner. If you're a betrayed spouse and you weren't able to attend Hope Rising, it's my honor to share this with you. It's my hope that this will minister to your heart, whether you are 6 weeks into recovery, 6 months, or maybe even 6 years. So many of you from all over the country have asked for this apology letter, so without further ado, here's the apology letter. There's a statement, a definition going around on kind of the internet that says, some people say forgiveness is accepting an apology you never got to hear or receive. And today what I'm going to do is take a few minutes and provide a small attempt at an apology that you deserve and are absolutely worthy of. We were in the conference room the other day, and when they asked me to do this, there was 2 immediate thoughts that came to my mind. One, what a sensitive thing for me to completely screw up. Number 2 was, what an incredible, awesome, weighty moment, and I immediately felt like I had your world on my shoulders. And we as a staff, as a team, thought that while this may be really tough for you and really not tough for me except to get through it, that I'm going to take a few minutes and share my heart and what I believe is the heart of every unfaithful spouse who has awakened from their own slumber, dysfunction, shame, and self-absorption. So if you'll stay with me, I'm going to read this to you because it's pretty in-depth, and I know that it's a little bit awkward. And I know that not all of your spouses have woken up, not all of your spouses have stayed, not all of your spouses have come home. I'm sorry for where you are at. I'm sorry that you had to come today. I wish this was financial peace. I wish this was, how to make millions in Bitcoin. I wish it was. I wish it was gardening and farming and fun stuff like that, and it's not. And I am very sorry. And so I'm going to do my best to give you what maybe you never have received, or maybe it was a shoddy attempt at best, because I will be the magnet that will tell you we suck at apologies and repentance. We really suck at doing the right thing. And so I know that you are now living in a story that you never expected to be yours, one you certainly wouldn't have chosen or probably wished on anyone. A story where you've been disrespected and disregarded, traumatized in ways that no person should ever have to experience. Your losses must feel almost innumerable, and you may be adding to the list of losses continually as you realize the new depths of what has been taken away from you. This is a new reality that isn't welcome, one that exhausts you in every way, one that you can't ever seem to get away from or outrun. The pain is so hard to see around, and it disrupts even the best days without warning. You've learned how fast you can be taken down and the rug ripped right out from underneath you by intrusive thoughts, triggers, and terrible reminders. I also know that it's excruciating to have to fight what seems like every moment of every day to push through those thoughts and get back up again. Some of you wonder if it's possible to ever put things back together in your life. Some of you are conflicted inside over the choice to stay or the choice to walk away. And some of you have had that choice, which should have been yours to make, taken completely out of your hands. You carry the heavy weight of shame from being betrayed by the person you loved and trusted most in your life. This has probably been one of the worst things, if not the worst things, you have ever had to endure as a person. I want you to know with absolute assurance, with no agenda in mind, no demented backstory, that nothing about your husband's betrayal was because of anything you were or were not, nor was it about anything you did or didn't do in your marriage or relationship. He made the choices he made. Regrettably, I made the choices that I have made in my life because of something terribly broken and wrong inside of me and us. We are responsible for every little step we took over time. We are responsible for the slow fade of our moral compass, which we tolerated, which allowed us to become and make the choice to be unfaithful to you. And so I want to offer you an apology today. An apology on behalf of all unfaithful men represented in this room. An apology for our destructive and unloving behavior, which has brought complete, utter devastation and chaos to your life and heart. We were so incredibly wrong. We were so incredibly self-absorbed. Some of us were even incredibly narcissistic to do what we did. Some of us refuse to change even now. I'm horrified at what that did to you as a spouse, a person, a woman, a mom, a sister, a daughter, and I apologize. I apologize to you for the seemingly casual way in which we tossed aside your love and devotion, for how easily and quickly we fell for someone's empty, ridiculous words of affirmation and validation, for trading sex as currency instead of protecting it as the sacred, most beautiful thing it really is supposed to be between us, for giving our very self to someone who absolutely didn't have any right to it, and for giving something that was supposed to be reserved just for you away. For our deceitfulness and the lies we told you to protect our shameful secrets. And on behalf of every unfaithful spouse, I apologize. I apologize for the ways you've been further mistreated, for our refusal to accept full responsibility of our actions, for what probably feels like baffling, nonsensical contempt from us without knowing why or where it's coming from, for the attempts to manipulate you, control you, and bully you. For the defensiveness we have shown when you just needed answers. For the blame that some have tried to put on you for what we did and how it stings you deeply. For all the people that have given you terrible advice, judged you, blamed you, condemned you, and made it your fault when it was ours. I apologize. For how we've been more sorrowful for our own consequences that we have encountered than for how sorry we have been for the pain that we have inflicted upon you. For the lack of empathy toward what you are feeling and going through due to our choices, not just because of what we've done, but because of our lack of empathy towards you. For putting you in a position of incredible vulnerability, insecurity, and brokenness. For our hard-heartedness towards you. For drip-feeding you details. For every time we said, that's all, for every time that we came back again and again. For how we continue to push aside your priorities and continue to bully you with ours. For the way you have felt totally isolated since your world was blown apart. For the traumatic nightmares and thoughts that intrude peaceful moments and constantly reopen the wound. For the PTSD that you feel and cannot break free from. I apologize for the impatience we've shown you in telling you to get over it, to move on, to put it behind you, to stop dwelling on the past, for our refusal to go to counseling, for our refusal to sit with you in a session, for our refusal to watch video blogs and listen to recordings and go to church or to sit with you in your pain. I apologize. For the pressure you feel to forgive and forget for what this is doing to the kids. For the shame you feel for staying. For the shame you feel for leaving. For the shame you may feel for how you think people are looking at you and judging you in either of those scenarios that you even had to come here today, I apologize. For so many other losses, your confidence, your peace of mind, your future dreams and plans, your trust, your sleep, your health, your blood pressure, your ability to celebrate and feel happiness, finances, time, productivity, focus, your belief system, your self-esteem, your spirit, your hopes for the future, your faith in your spouse, your faith in God, your faith in yourself, I apologize. Whether your trip here today was from across the town or from several states away, it took incredible bravery and courage to be here and put yourself in this situation. You probably came with questions like, really, is this worth it? Is there really hope? Can I really live again? And you probably came, unsure, with expectations. And I hope that just in the last few hours you have experienced tangible help, tangible hope, and a sense of peace, because maybe for the first time, or maybe, I don't know how many times, you hear some things that make you feel like someone finally gets it. I apologize for all the people that don't get it. I apologize for all the stupid stares. I apologize for the people that you told about the affair or the addiction and they looked at you and they just had nothing to say. And you felt completely abandoned. I am sorry for the abandonment that you feel. I hope that you, in both these last few moments and in the next few hours to come together, that you will feel incredibly understood, that you'll feel incredible compassion, and that you'll walk away with some new tools. Deep in your heart, I know that there's this unsettled kind of these groups of questions like, can I really get my life back? Can I really believe again? Can I believe in love again? Can I believe in people again? Can I believe in my spouse again? I want to tell you yes. I want to tell you yes, you can. These are one of these moments where you do something like this and then you go, okay, what now? Right? Because you're all a complete mess like me. I mean, I'm like, this is PTSD for me. I'm sitting here shaking. I'm like, Leslie, can we do some EMDR in the green room? Because we're going to need some new stuff. Wayne's not here, so there's a whole bunch of stuff to talk about, Leslie. And Rick, I'm quitting, but okay. And so I'm going to ask you to do something, and it's a little bit weird. And, I mean, we've already done some weird things, I know. I didn't plan this. If you don't like this, you don't have to do it. But I'm going to ask you to do it. I'm going to ask you to hold hands with the person next to you. Because I know you got tears, you got snot, right? You got tissue particles. You're like, dear God, really? You can wash your hands after. Just say you're sorry now. Just do what you need to do because this is a good moment, okay? When you think about it, please indulge me. I know I'm going to say we, but we're really all in this together. And we're trying to make it through. No one that has spoken this morning has it all together perfectly. No, not at all. We're all in different degrees of recovery. And we're honored that you would be here. I'm not going to make you pray. I just want you to know that you're not alone. Some of you have seen each other for the first time because you've only seen each other through the website, right? Or you've only talked through the website or commented on my video blogs or sent me a nasty message on my video blogs. But listen, as you hold that hand next to you, feel the fact that you're not alone. Feel the fact that you are not alone in your pain. And I wish your spouse was here. I know. I wish they were too. But it is you and it is another betrayed spouse who is not judging you, condemning you, labeling you, harassing you, or abandoning you. They are right there with you in the fight, in the fire, and you don't even maybe know their name. So when you go home in a few hours and you go back to that lonely room, that lonely house, that lonely apartment, wherever it is, that farm that you live on, wherever it is, that big city apartment, you need to remember this moment that you are not alone. You are not alone in your pain. Fire up the laptop, watch a video, comment on a video, reach out to somebody, get on a new group, talk to someone in your group, get help. Do not suffer silently alone. Are you with me? Because we're together with you. I'm really in the red. Everybody, let's give ourselves a round of applause for doing that.